Hello everybody, my name is Aceface. Today, I wanted to be in my mining ship, the Procurer, and there's a particular reason I'm in my mining ship right here, and I'm on the test server in fact, because there's something that's going to be released in EVE Online that I wanted to just talk to you guys about and just show you a little bit, and that's something called the so-called, see here, the so-called expert system. So I've got some of these in my redeem queue to be able to test out on the test server. And, these are new items that I was quite confused in initially, because I thought the expert system, I thought it meant that you go to a system and then you do stuff there and you become a so-called expert. Because what these are is that when you as far as I understand, you activate these. Like if I want to do mining barge here, I would activate it then, and then I'll get certain skills for a limited amount of time. So you'll become a quote-unquote expert to be able to fly certain ships. For example, you see here, this mining barge operation expert system makes me able to fly the Procurer, and it also gives me some skills to be able to, use the mining equipment that you would usually use on these ships. Not just the Procurer, obviously, the Retriever and other ship mining barges as well. Unfortunately, not Tech 2 ones, because I would like to be able to test out the skiff, because I don't have enough skill for the skiff, but that's besides the point. The point is, with these expert systems, you're able to then use things that you previously weren't be able to use, and it is for a certain amount of time. It's like renting an expert system. And I tried using this link yesterday and it didn't seem to work. Let's see if it works now. Nope, still does not work. So I'm guessing it's because it's on the test server. They've not fully fledged everything out. But these things here, it's I have a bit mixed feelings about this, and especially the EVE Online Reddit, as they always are. They're very angry about monetization choices of EVE Online or CCP Games does. I've got a bit of mixed feelings about this, because I like the idea of, because this is meant for new players, obviously, not for me, who's got pretty decent skills. It's meant for new players to have some kind of way to experience having good skills, so that they have an idea of them, so that they'll know what they want to train into. Okay, that is something that I think is good, because in EVE Online you have to invest a lot of skill points to be able to achieve something, and it takes a lot of time, and if you maybe invest in the wrong skills, it can be quite frustrating. I mean, me personally, I have trained a lot of skills that I end up just not really using, but it doesn't feel to me like a complete waste, because I can extract them if I really wanted to, but also they're kind of things that are there forever. So if I ever do in the future want to use what the skill affects, it does affect it in some way. But I do think it's a good, the idea, at least it's good, because I think that a lot of time and effort, not effort, but a lot of time at least, goes into training into a certain skill path. So having a way to experience that, I think is pretty good. The test server is good if you want to test like really expensive stuff, but you can't really test skills in that regard. You can do it on the test server by extracting skills, by getting skill extractors and then re-injecting, but there's a certain limit to that, because you cannot indefinitely extract and inject, because you only have a limited amount of skill points. But these though, then they allow you to do this on Tranquility, which also gives you a bit of a better representation of how to use it. Well, I think that because these things are going to be paid for, as far as I understand, because you go here and you buy them here from the shop. And I'm not a big fan of this. I think that these things ought to be stuff that is for free, to be honest, or at least maybe, like new players, they get these, and then when they start out, and then they can use them like whenever they want to. Like they have like a certain amount of these. Maybe they get like one. Maybe let's say the first 3 months of playing, they get one of these each month, and then they can test out stuff, or maybe just even one of them. Just they can test out them. I don't understand why this would be something you would pay for. The skills you get are not particularly good. I mean, they are very basic. They are only for the Tech 1 stuff. I would have hoped that they would have at least given me Tech 2 stuff, like to be able to use a skiff and that kind of stuff. But no, it's only the Tech 2 stuff. I don't feel like this would be worth, to be honest, to spend real money on. But who am I to say? People use their money on things which I really do not fathom sometimes. And speaking of stuff that people use their money on, too much, or not just real money, but also in-game money, are skins, myself included. And I just wanted to quickly, before we go back to the discussion on this, announce the skin winners of the latest Caracal Scope syndication skin giveaway. These are the 3 winners now. Ruben Drayson, congratulations. Pirulito Polis, Kiot, the Joker 6510, congratulations. You guys have got yourselves some Scope syndication skins for the Caracal. I've got now some for the Vexor as well, but I wanna give away the Caracal skins first. Then I have given away a few of the Vexor ones too, but I want to give away all these Caracal ones because these were given to me before the Vexor ones. So I want to finish up the Caracal, then we'll get onto the Vexor ones later. But these are the skins that are going to be given away to you guys. 3 of these, congratulations. And for you guys who did not win, don't worry, there's going to be more giveaways in the future because I have a lot of these skins to give away. Congratulations. So if we go back to the expert systems then, these expert systems, I think, are good ways to give new players an ability to test out things. But I think that it's weird. I just find it really weird. Like, why would you pay money for this? This is stuff that you could, this stuff, can you just train this in maybe a couple of weeks or something? But then again, maybe, especially for new players, a couple of weeks is a lot of time, because I think that maybe what CCP is trying to do is make sure that people who are very new can just instantly, experience these a bit more high level of skill. Not high. This is not really high level skills, but these are more skills that will take a bit of time to get. So I guess not your average gaming player maybe would not want to spend 2 weeks training skills. But for me, who's an EVE Online player for a long time, 2 weeks getting all these skills I don't know how long this takes. I've not calculated how long it takes to get all these skills, but I think it would take about 2 weeks to get this. 2 weeks, what? That's not hardly anything. I sit there training Marauders 5 for over a month, just one level of skill. So, and then getting all this in 2 weeks doesn't seem like a whole long time or a lot of stuff you get. For me, I would have expected to get a bit more of this if I were to pay real money. This is we're gonna now go and just redeem this because I've never redeemed one of these before, and the whole reason I'm doing the mining barge on is because this is the only one that gives me any skills that I don't have, because I've only got ice harvesting to level 2. So what it means here, you see this level 3 here, this means that I will get level 3 because it's grayed out. Everything else is just completely white, and that means I have it. So there's no point of all these other ones. If you see here, look, 0. There's no point for me getting this. But we'll redeem this. Now let's see what happens here. Okay, some interesting tone there. Helps you fly, retrieve a Procurer. Will expire on the 3rd of March. Okay, 3rd of March. Let's see now. What is the date today? It's the 5th of March today. Okay, so this is basically okay, so this is basically a week of skills you get. It really depends on the pricing, okay? It really depends on the pricing. If this costs $3-4, okay, I maybe understand. But if they come out with I don't know, $20 or something like this, oh my god, this is definitely not worth it. Why would you ever do this? The thing is, I'm thinking that if you are a new player and you really want to try out something, you could just may as well use my referral link. There's always the ability to use my referral link, guys. If you go if you go into the description, you'll see there's a referral link right there. You new players who want to start out, you can click on that, make an account, and you'll get 1 million free skill points, which will be much more, I think, than what you would get for any of these expert systems, and you'll have those skill points forever. Not just for 1 week, forever. And guess what? It's completely free. But I just feel like it's a bit strange. This all depends on the pricing, I think. It all depends on the pricing. But even then, I feel like these things, I don't think these should be paid for. To me, they don't feel worth to be paid for. I feel like this is stuff that should probably be given out for free to new players so that they could just use this for a limited amount of time, just try out things, and then they'll have an idea of what to invest their skills on. Some people, now this is now from the EVE Online Reddit, okay, so just take this with a grain of salt. Those guys there are very angry all the time, okay, they're very angry. A lot of salt exists on there. But they're also very critical towards CCP. You know, they may be not as nice as I am. They don't give them as much slack as I do. I already feel like I give them a lot of slack. But on the EVE Online Reddit, they mentioned that CCP is trying to get like, how do you say, new player, like ways to monetize the game for new players, so to say, because a lot of people, they play EVE Online, but they stop playing very recently. If we go on the server and we see there's like 20, 30,000 people on at the same time, that's a lot of people. You know, I think that's a lot of people. But apparently, according to CCP, they're like over 1 million new players, real players, not alts, real players who start playing EVE Online. But only a few, like, that's a lot of players, you know, but we see there's not at all close to that amount of people online. But obviously all those people are not going to be online at once. But the point is, it doesn't feel like we're getting that amount of, you know, consistent players, you know. That was just in 2020. So 2020 got like over 1 million players. So that's why CCP is trying to find ways to get people to stick longer towards the game. And so what people on the EVE Online Reddit say is this is just CCP trying to like earn money by like cashing out on new players, because just a way to, you know, quote unquote milk them of money. I don't think they're really trying to do that. I think they're trying to like get new players hooked to the game by giving them alternatives to you know what to train into. But I just at the same time, maybe it is milking, because I don't know why this stuff should be free. It's not a lot of skills, and I don't see why this stuff should cost real money. It depends on the skills, obviously, the price, obviously. But I feel like this is stuff that should be default for people who start out. They should get a limited amount of these, and that they can maybe use over time. Like, I don't see a reason why one should have to pay for this kind of stuff right here. Because some people are making memes like, oh, EVE Online, the game which you pay to test if you want to continue to pay more. Like these memes right here. I think it's strange. Why should these cost? At best, these things should cost ISK. I mean, at the worst, I think these things cost ISK. But to be honest, I think that these things should be free. I think it's strange that they cost money. They're giving me, obviously, the skills that I want, or that I would need to use an ice harvester right here. So for me, who's already got a lot of skills, this hardly gave me anything, and those other things don't give me anything. So it's good that I guess that these are like, you know, these are items that focus on new players. You know, older players don't benefit from this, you know. So I guess that's why they're trying to make so that new players have a bit of an easier time getting up to speed, you know, having a bit more of an idea what to focus on. But me personally, in EVE Online, I like the idea of stuff being progressive. I like this way that there's a big like period of progression. There's always something to get now. Now the skills on the test server are a bit skewed for me. They're a bit skewed for me. But you can see that they're like there's training stuff here, and it'll take me 9 days to get Jump Drive Operation 2 or Operation 5. Like it'll be quite satisfying for me to do that, and it'll feel like, okay, it'll give me a bit more value in the skill points you get. But then again, maybe these things will give you a bit of a better idea of what to invest those skill points into, not invest those skill points into other things. But still, I don't know. I've just liked the way that it's always been with skill points. I feel like, me personally, if you're going to ask me why a lot of new players, I feel like, stop playing EVE Online early, it's not because of this skill point stuff. I feel like it's just because people get killed in the game and they lose a lot of stuff and they rage quit. I mean, in fact, believe it or not, in 2016 when I played for, like, you could say I started playing EVE Online in 2015. I started like, that's when I just tried out in trial. Then in 2016 I started playing a bit more, like I actually had an account. But then in 2017 I started seriously playing, like actually playing it on a regular basis. In 2016 I quit, you could say, for a bit, because I just died so much. I died so much. And I lost so much stuff, and it was not nice to, you know, just keep on going back and just dying, losing everything I had done. It was very like heartbreaking to lose my 30 million ISK omen to some elite PvPer who really does not care at all, just snipes. You have absolutely no chance, and you get annihilated. And that can be very very heartbreaking, especially if you spend a lot of time getting that ship. I mean, there's always that rule: don't undocking what you can't afford to lose. But even then, it was I could afford to lose it, but it's just that it would take a long time for me to get back the ISK, and I could obviously get back that ISK and replace it straight away. But then if I were to lose it again, it would take a long time. So what I'm trying to say is, to me, that was what made me quit for a few months. I think, yeah, it was a few months. I would say 3-4 months. And then I came back because I think I like the ship. The game just looks so amazing, and there's always that progression to it. So I eventually came back with a new character, and it was like, it was I've stuck there ever since. And I feel like, to be honest, the way you could reduce these people quitting is if, like, you have more guides of how to avoid dying. Because those times I died so much in 2016, it was a lot because of just me not having the knowledge, like how to avoid dying. Like, I went to low sec just blindly killing these. What was I doing now? I think I was doing factional warfare. And I was just, going to these plexes, and I was going and I was just trying to get myself an ISK and in my Omen. I then some elite PvP in a Imperial Navy Slicer just wrecked me, and I did have some knowledge. In fact, I was not like I was completely dumb. I did know that you should use D-scan, that you should scan for stuff. So it was not like completely like I was just like ignoring local and ignoring D-scan. But then I didn't know about so much about safes though. That was the thing. So I would then just warp to like a planet or something. And I would then get chased by this Imperial Navy Slicer who just, is much faster than me. He'll just webify me, do basically the same amount of damage as my Omen because his skills are so much better than me. But I would not be able to do any damage to him because he was so fast. And it was just like seeing a little frigate just annihilate you like that, and just having no idea how to in any way like combat it is a very, very frustrating experience. Very frustrating experience. You elite PvPers who are watching me probably go like, you were such a noob. Yeah, I was such a noob then. Obviously now I know how to avoid those kind of things, and even if those kinds of things were to happen again, I would not really, think twice about losing a 30 million ISK Omen. But the point is, for new players, that can really mean a lot. And I think that it should be emphasized a lot on, first off, like, going to populated systems. Like I was going into, first off, I was telling about me not using safes. That's something I could have done. But also, I had no idea about ways to earn ISK in high sec. When I found out that you could, like later they added Abyss, but when I found out about missions, it helped a lot because, and anomaly grinding in high sec, it gave me a way to earn ISK, because back then I thought the only way to earn ISK was going to low sec, or if I wasn't, because I'd still not joined a corp back then, so I didn't go to the null sec. So I thought that the only way to earn some decent ISK was going to the low sec area of space. In high sec, I thought the only way to earn ISK was really just killing the anomalies and the asteroid belts, and I knew nothing about escalations and faction spawns. So I thought the only way for me to earn ISK was just in high sec would be to just go belt ratting, and that is absolutely pathetic. You won't earn any ISK. You could do like grind belts for an hour in high sec, and you would still barely be able to earn a Tech 1 frigate. You may as well mine an adventure at that point. But I had no idea how to earn ISK, for example, through missions. And that was a lot better, because when I found out about missions, I could at least earn some decent income, not worry about losing my ship there, and then I could at least earn some ISK to buy some like Tech 1 frigates. I remember buying a lot of Punishers back in the day, go to factional warfare and doing stuff there, because it was not, they had a lot to do with me not having the ISK to be able to do like PvP and these risky activities. It was a lot to do with the main concern for me back then was losing my ISK making ship to do stuff that I want to use ISK on. Like, that was something that was not nice. So I feel like CCP could be a little more, or just even line in general, like the way it could be a lot clearer on how to avoid getting killed. Like go in systems that are not populated, look on the map and look at places that have had players that have not been so many kills recently, or not so many players in system. Always keep an eye on local, always keep an eye on DScan. Use Zkill, that helps a lot. Zkill, if you just go on Zkill and Google someone's name, like you just hold down Control C and look there, look up their name and see what they've been killing recently. You can see if they're like someone who's out there to kill you or not out there to kill you. There's all these like small things, these things you can do to avoid getting killed. Even in high sec, this is something that people also quit about. Is just because you see, I'm in mining right here. A lot of people who even do stuff in high sec quit because they have been ganked, and ganking is a very common thing, and you hardly get any info about this from the tutorial, or unless you spend time with players, then you will not get really any info about this, and you will not know how to really. It's hard to know how to avoid gankers, because I know at least that there are a lot of players who have no idea how do you avoid these gankers. Why can't they shoot me in high sec? They should not be able to do that. And there's always these factors. There's many factors, like for example, the 1.0 status is a lot harder to gank because of the Concord timer being faster. The 0.5 is a lot easier to get ganked because of the way that it's a long time for Concord response here. But then this is the main thing, that you shouldn't go out in expensive stuff. Like, if you go out in expensive stuff, obviously people are going to gank you. This is stuff that is, at first I really had no idea about this. Like in my initial days of, not even initial, actually, in 2018, where I was started to get a bit more experience in the game, I thought that my Gila that had A-type multi-spectrums and a really good recharge per second would have no problem if someone tried to gank me, because I thought that, look at me, I have so good HP per second, of course no gankers will be able to get me. Two tornadoes, just one-shot my ship. That's all it was. And even then, catalysts could easily out-DPS me, because many people I see, they underestimate the DPS you can get in stuff like catalysts and destroyers, that you can get like a 700 plus DPS on them. So this has turned into a bit of a rant right now, or not even a rant, just a general me just talking about ways to avoid getting killed, because I really think that this is one of the big things that cause people to rage quit EVE Online. And also, not only just avoid getting killed, but also knowing that when you do get killed, you will always be able to get back. You will still have the skill points. You will still be able to get back. And if you don't lose a big ship, then it'll take you very fast. In fact, you can probably just get back in straight away and buy a new ship. So I feel like, if you ask me, I don't think this will help. These expert systems will help new players at all. Getting new subscribers to EVE Online, I don't think this will do anything. I think this is a waste of time, in my opinion. Just my opinion, though. Feel free to disagree. But I don't think this will help at all, especially since it costs real money. I think maybe this will give the wrong impression to new players in EVE Online. It'll maybe make them think that CCP are like greedy or something like that. Or they'll maybe give that impression. I don't know what new players will think, because I'm not really a new player anymore. But I feel like if I were to see this, I'll be like, paying money to just test stuff that will anyway go away for 1 week. I'm not too sure about that. I think that having a more robust tutorial and new player experience that would help people not dying, or at least learn how to avoid dying and losing their ships and avoid rage quitting moments, that is what I think would help people be a bit more of a help new players stay for a longer time. Okay, we just deployed that asteroid right there. And I think that is a good timing as well, because I feel like I've said and talked enough about this. But that's it. Expert systems, you activate them, pay real money, and you get systems for these certain skills for a week. Obviously, if you have more skills, then these are not really going to be worth it. To be honest, if you're really thinking about using these, just use my referral link. Come on, just use that. Use my referral link. You will get 1 million skill points, and you'll be able to then get basically all of these, and you'll be able to get them for free and forever. So that is something I would think that would be a lot more smarter to do, at least as a new player. All right, there we go. So hope you guys enjoyed this video right here. It was a little bit of a discussion on the expert systems, and I announced a few of us lucky skin giveaways. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.